My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, columnist, and journalist, and to read all my writing, go to counterpropa.com. Support the site through the Amazon links. And this segment is going to explain exactly why what we learned from Wikileaks Vault 7 regarding the CIA spying or hacking capabilities, why that correlates directly to the Russian hacking narrative, and why it not only undermines the belief that Trump won or Trump colluded with the Russians because he knew of the DNC's emails that showed Bernie Sanders was cheated and it was never a fair primary. So the same emails that caused Debbie Wasserman Schultz to resign, 4 other Democratic officials to resign, DNC officials to resign, Donna Brazile to be forced to resign from CNN. So Trump had to have known all of that. The reason this is very important is because Democrats spent $1.2 billion. Hillary Clinton spent $1.2 billion. Trump spent $600 million. Bernie Sanders spent over $200 million. This is all about donors. $1.2 billion spent. You're not going to get that same amount of money. That's a lot of money. You're not going to get that $30,000 a plate dinner from people who say, my goodness, you lost to Trump? I'm not going to give you a dime, a penny. So now the narrative is Russian collusion or collusion with Russia, the Trump campaign, as if that's the only reason, the DNC WikiLeaks emails were the only reason Clinton lost. A quick summary of the evidence that they have to link Trump to Putin, and then we'll get to WikiLeaks. Well, I'll just read you right now. Umbrage. This is how the CIA masks their attacks and makes it seem that other nations, including Russia, hacked into something. So Umbrage, the CIA's handcrafting hacking techniques pose a problem for the agency. Each technique it has created forms a fingerprint that can be used by forensic investigators to attribute multiple different attacks to the same entity. This is analogous to finding the same distinctive knife wound on multiple separate murder victims. The unique wounding style creates suspicion that a single murderer is responsible. As soon one murder in the set is solved, then the other murders also find likely attribution. The CIA's remote devices bunch Umbrage group collects and maintains, check this out, a substantial library of attack techniques stolen from malware produced in other states, including the Russian Federation. With Umbrage and related projects, the CIA cannot only increase its total number of attack types, but also misdirect attribution by leaving behind the fingerprints of the group that the attack techniques were stolen from. What I just read, I don't have a great tech background, but it's easy to understand. The CIA can hack into something or make it seem like Russia or any other country hacked into something. In this case, the DNC has not given the FBI their servers. Not only has the DNC not given the FBI their servers, but they actually turned down a request. This is CNN. DNC rebuffed requests to examine computer servers, FBI. The Democratic National Committee rebuffed a request from the FBI to examine its computer servers after it was allegedly hacked by Russia during the 2016 election. This is CNN. Thursday, January 5th, 2017. Why on earth? We just found out that the CIA can go ahead and hack anything, your phone, your TV, and actually blame the Russians. We found that out. So WikiLeaks Vault 7 showed us they have that capabilities. The DNC is not going to, has refused a request from the FBI to give up their servers. Why is this all important? The CIA is only highly confident. They're almost certainly lying, which they lie all the time. But the CIA is highly confident. The NSA is moderately confident. The NSA doesn't even want to be part of the CIA's highly confident viewpoint. They're moderately confident in the Russian hacking. There's no mention in the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI Intelligence Community's report, a 13-page report. There's not one, go do a word search, there's not one reference of WikiLeaks or Julian Assange. Why is that? Why didn't the DNC give their servers to the FBI? Why is the NSA and CIA only moderately and highly confident? And James Clapper, former director of national intelligence James Clapper, on Sunday, when people were they're always so focused on Trump's tweets. There's no way that he's probably lying regarding Obama saying, I want Trump wiretapped. You'll never find Obama saying that, President Obama. What you will find is President Obama initiating an investigation of Hillary Clinton's rival, because a private entity, the DNC, was allegedly hacked based on highly confident or moderately confident intelligence. The DNC is a private entity. We learned that when all the superdelegates went to Clinton as opposed to Bernie even before Iowa. Then they were just a private organization. Don't tell them what to do. When Clinton lost, suddenly it was national security. The DNC could have sued Trump itself. You didn't have to involve the United States government or impose sanctions because of alleged highly confident, moderately confident. But I'll read you. Clapper was also asked on Meet the Press, this is just the other day, if he had any evidence that the Trump campaign was colluding with the Russian government while the Kremlin was working to influence the election. Not to my knowledge, Clapper said, based on the information he had before his time in the position ended, which was like a month ago, 2 months ago. We did not include in our report that had any reflective collusion between members of the Trump campaign and the Russians. There was no evidence of that included in our report. We have no evidence of such collusion. They have no evidence. So these people who are just, oh my God, Trump tweeted that President Obama, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, who dropped over 26,000 bombs in 1 year on Muslim majority nations without a word of protest, because we were getting the bad guys, even though Amnesty International says that hundreds and hundreds of civilians, and in some reports thousands of civilians because of drone strikes, have been killed under the Nobel Peace Prize winner. And look what he did to Libya, and Hillary Clinton, what they did to Libya. We can go on forever regarding that, but the big issue is that we know James Clapper has no evidence. The FBI has yet to give Russian hacking emails out, disclose them. They're only highly confident. The NSA is moderately confident. The DNC won't give up their servers to be analyzed by the FBI. Gee, I wonder why. Then you have a convenient narrative. Even the narrative itself is absolutely ridiculous. Hillary would have won, even with the Comey letter, which had nothing to do with Russia, the FBI criminal investigation regarding the fact that she was careless and negligent with the handling of top secret information, special access program intelligence, along with yoga emails. Nobody at the State Department had access to her server. She never used the state.gov. It's unprecedented in every way. It doesn't matter if other people use private email. It's unprecedented. Instant Espionage Act indictments for anybody. James Comey couldn't find intent, but like an umpire calls a ball a strike, what should be a strike a ball, he makes up for it by calling the ball a strike. So the Comey letter, a week before the election, that also had a factor. The fact that she called black youth super predators, the fact that she voted for the Iraq War, the fact that she pushed for the bombing of Libya, the fact that the Clinton Foundation stole $10 billion from Haiti, all factored in. The fact that she had horrible favorability ratings that I spoke about on this channel in 2015. If you find it, go ahead. It's one of like the third or fourth segment I ever did in 2015. Put the link below if you find it. But all of this points to the CIA framing President Trump because President Obama wanted to defend Hillary Clinton, the Democratic Party, and ensure that donors, $1.2 billion worth of donors, come back. Give me your thoughts below. We know how shady and how corrupt the CIA and the NSA are. And I'll just leave you. It's not just Edward Snowden and Julian Assange. There's another hero who is a whistleblower, William Binney, who described the NSA as totalitarian. and essentially said that they were out for power and money. This is in a 2014 interview. So William Binney, NSA whistleblower, happens to also think Trump was spied on. Give me your thoughts below. This is almost certainly a deep state example of framing Donald Trump because Hillary Clinton lost and Democrats need that $1.2 billion. Notice that the cheating of Bernie Sanders, the corruption within the DNC, the fact that Bernie Sanders almost, had, 200-300 less delegates even after being cheated? That says something. The fact that we found that out, that he was cheated, and Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign, you would think the Democratic Party would want to fix that corruption. First and foremost, no way. It's only about blaming something, a scapegoat. Russia, Electoral College, fake news, everything but Hillary Clinton, which is why I focus on Madam Cyberhack. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you so much for listening.